So this is really cool anyway. We've got them down where I expected to go, seeing the things that I want to see. I might go around the corner here and see if I can get in under the manway that's further around. Have a bit of a further look around there. It'd be nice to get up there right into the ceiling and see some of the veins of mineralization up close. They're really pretty. Look at that there, it's just really nice. I have another plan to go and see another mine up here. I don't think I'll do it today, but I've heard that you have to actually climb like 10 or 15 meters down this quite narrow pipe to get in, which fascinates me. But last time I came up here, by the time I'd gotten a kilometre from my car, my left knee had pretty much given out and I was a cripple. So I don't want to overexert myself with my elderly knees. That's another nice piece of rock here. Oh, it's heavy as. Very heavy piece of rock. This one right here. So I'm guessing that's full of various metals. A lot of galena, which is basically lead. That would make it so heavy. Now, associated with galena is silver, so there would have been silver in there. And then you get diminishing returns as far as what other metals. Of course, there's a lot of copper, as we can see from the green and blue colorations on some of these rocks. These ones right here are more the quartz. You see the bands. Oh wow, there's cool crystals, black crystals, oh, and some white quartz crystals in there. That's pretty cool. I don't know if they're actually black crystals or they're quartz crystals that have they've got a coating on them, because I can see some other crystals here which look brown. You know, I think they've just got their white quartz crystals that have been dripped on with iron staining and probably staining from other minerals as well. Oh, yeah, another cool pocket of crystals just here, but they're all brown. It's quite interesting. And we've still got the vein going right along the ceiling there. It's pretty well delineated. Some kind of old platform up there that they would have been standing on and working on the rock up there. It's quite lucky this weekend. I've noticed the weather in the United States, particularly those guys of you that are on the west coast of America, getting a nasty bit of rain at the moment. Rain and snow, whereas it's actually nice and warm here. I think we're getting to a maximum of about 29 degrees Celsius today. which is about as hot as it gets in the Waikato in summer. Fortunately, I have a lot of relatives, in fact most of my family, all my immediate family live in Western Australia, and they're putting up with like up to about 47 degrees heat in Western Australia. At least mid-30s anyway, and up to 40 degrees. My friends in Geraldton in Western Australia, yeah, they're getting up into the mid-40s, which, you know, bugger that. That's not the kind of weather I like. I know New Zealand weather has people say, oh, it's so humid, but I'd rather put up with a little bit of humidity than temperatures in the mid-40s. My body doesn't like that. Oh God, all this wood's moving as I climb over it. Now, I don't know how Aaron got down there. He climbed right through there. It's just mad. He walked through and underneath there, I don't even know how. You'd have to go down around there. Well, maybe I can get down there. Doesn't look super awesome though. No, I don't want to walk under that. That's dumb. It does look really cool though. All these ladders and stuff. But I don't see any need to particularly go down there myself. Yeah, Mr. or Mrs. Rat seems to be pretty quiet today. It's not freaking me out. Letting me get a good look up here without concerning me too much. I think we've got... That's just left a tiny pillar of rock there. You can't be doing very much to hold anything. Now, how to get down off this pile. Pretty much straight down, I suppose. It's weird when I just heard a noise behind me. I go, what could that possibly be? It could possibly be anything. Ghosts, mainly. I assume this place is absolutely packed with them. I don't know why a ghost would want to hang out down here. It's pretty dark. I could think of better places to hang out. Look at that nice green. Is it green? I thought it could be spray paint, but I think it's actually naturally green, just that rock. You know, last time I was in here I found quite a green piece of rock, but I haven't seen anything like it this time, which is a bit weird. But then there have been other people through here since I last came through, and they could easily have decided that they would quite like some samples as well, which is, I think it's pretty fair enough. If you've made the effort to come out here, why not pick up a few rocks? I don't really see what the harm is. It's not mining. It's taking a souvenir of where you've been. Now, I'm not really going to advertise where I am very much. If you really want to know, I'm sure you can figure out by now from the hints that have been given away as to where this place is, but I don't really want it to be all locked up and closed down to anyone else that wants to come and have a look. It seems to be okay as far as, I mean, if you've got a bit of experience coming into these sort of places, I don't really see why you shouldn't be able to, so long as you do it responsibly. Wear a helmet and all that sort of thing. I don't think you need to be trained to do any abseiling and anything major like that, and even a gas detector down here. If you can feel the wind coming out of a mine at the start, then you're not going to have a problem with low oxygen in these places. The places that you're going to find low oxygen, if you go down into a low spot, like further up ahead there's a sump, or where the stope goes further down, there's a chance that when you get low like that, that the carbon dioxide is going to sink down into those areas, and that's where you're going to have issues with breathable quality air. I'm not 100% sure how fast no air would incapacitate a person, but I would think that you've got probably about as much time as you can hold your breath. So if you ever came across something like that, the idea would be to hold your breath and get up somewhere higher where you were when you were still able to breathe properly. Now, that can be easier said than done sometimes. Sometimes you can overcommit yourself to getting into a deep spot, and that's what has happened in the past to plenty of other people who have asphyxiated with bad air. I don't believe it's really been a major problem in New Zealand mines, gold mines, the bad air quality. I have heard of a few guys that were killed in a mine in Thames, and that was due to bad air, but it was also due to them just being complete idiots. The story that I have heard is that they decided that a good place to build a clandestine meth lab would be down one of these old mines. So to do that, I don't know what the process is to make it, but I'm thinking they must have had some sort of gas stove situation going on or something like that, and they ended up gassing themselves. I think it was carbon monoxide poisoning that they ended up dying from. It's just stupidity. Some people will say that what I'm doing here is stupidity, but we're talking a whole different level of stupidity when you're talking about that sort of thing. Yeah, we're getting down through here. Got some, trying to see what some of the detritus is around the place. Look like reels of old steel wire and just bits of wood. Seems to be standing on some kind of iron plate here. Probably a muck sheet of some sort, so I could easily scrape the ore up off the ground. Probably laid it down over tracks to protect the tracks as well. And we're just coming up to the shaft here, so I can see that there's an old wooden siding on that there that I hadn't noticed before. I don't really like getting too close to what's there, but It's a significant hole, that's for sure. And yeah, there must have been a level under there. Aaron actually found another mine a bit further down the hill that I do wonder whether it connects at some point up to that shaft. It would make sense if it did. He tried to get in there, but I think it might have been more a situation where you need ropes to really do it properly. Now, as I said to you before, I'm trying to find some copper sulfate that I could do this copper sulfate thing and collect some in a jar and take it home and grow a crystal from it. But I'm just really not finding anything suitable. It's more of a thin layer than I thought on the rocks, and also I don't want to destroy any of these formations on the walls, because they're pretty for everyone that comes through and has a look. So I'm really just looking for stuff that might be on the ground and easily and unobtrusively picked up. But I'm not in luck so far, although I am still seeing the pretty colours. See, this I find a bit strange. We've got SB 17th of July 2010. Now it's written in black, which looks to me like carbide. But why would you be coming into a mine in 2010 with a carbide lamp? I don't know, maybe you're doing some kind of historical recreation of what they used to do down here. It is quite interesting, and the carbide lamps, from what I can tell, are actually pretty bright. Your acetylene burns well. We've got an electrical cable here, so that definitely means lighting, I would say. Not sure what the pipe is for. It could be compressed air for a drill, possibly. It does look sturdy enough to be a compressed air pipe, and that would have to mean that there was a compressor. Could it be possible to... There's a wooden platform at the front of the mine. I suppose you could put a compressor on there. Or even in the entryway to the mine, there's a quite a wide double entry into the mine, and I think some machinery could easily have been placed in there. All makes sense as you go through these things and think about it. It was even interesting after I'd been through here, the people telling me why there were all these ore shoots like this. It's called shrinkage stope mining or block cave mining. So what they would do is up above here in the stope, they would drill the rocks down and they'd smash down on top of here, and then they'd line up ore carts underneath these ore chutes and just open them up, and they could get a whole bunch out at the same time. Just lessen the work, making gravity do the work for you. For a start, the gravity's dropping the rock down and smashing it against itself, breaking it into more manageable sized pieces. Now, some of the chutes would no doubt have gotten blocked up, but it would have been then easier to send some people down and drill into the larger blocks and get them into a more manageable size, and then you can release them again out of the ore chutes. I've seen actually the last edition that Gly Coolness did on abandoned and forgotten places in the United States. He went to a massive stope. I mean, we're talking those ones that people drive trucks into. That was just huge, and they were doing the block cave mining method there, but yeah, on a totally different level to even this, which, you know, I consider this to be quite a large stope as far as what I've seen around the place. But this was on an entirely different level. So we've got these green crystals here. So I reckon that it's very likely to be malachite. But they're not really pieces. Nothing that I can pick up. The only way that for me to get that would be to knock a piece off there, which I really don't want to do, and I'm not going to do. And then we've got the copper sulfate here, which again, it's just, if there were like solid lumps of it, it would be great, but it's all just a coating that's formed on the walls of the mine. It would be good to get a smallish piece, perhaps. I don't know whether the copper sulfate itself is just going to rub off. If I can even get a piece. There we go. Got a couple of pieces there. I'll probably just rub off in my pocket. But we'll have a look once I get back out of the mine. See if that retained any coloration on it. So further in, right at the end of the mine, the other guys said that there was some really nice formations of galena. I would have liked to seen that, but I'm not really that keen on. I mean, it's enough of a risk to come into these places without them going overboard into places that I'm not comfortable with, and I wouldn't have been comfortable going any further than where I've got through to this mine before. You've got to keep your comfort zones. I mean, you can push yourself a bit each time if you want, but that's how you get into dangerous situations, when you get too comfortable, thinking that everything's all good when it's not actually the reality of the situation. It's just that you're getting too comfortable when you shouldn't be. You have to be on your game, on your guard for whatever could come along as you're walking through these places. And of course, you hope that 99.999% of the time that everything's going to be all good. But you also have to be aware that, you know, this is an area that there could be earth tremors, and I don't know just how they would affect the mine structural integrity. It's got to be not that bad, otherwise these mines would collapse soon after they were built. But there's always a chance that things are going to come down for one reason or another, and you have to keep that in mind. Have a plan, although to a certain extent you can only plan for so much, and the rest of the time it's hoping for the best. Also, don't be irresponsible. You come down here and it'd be quite easy to start bashing away at the walls with hammers. You see a nice rock, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Not at all. I know that these walls can just collapse without warning. So if you're going to exacerbate the situation, by hammering away at it, then chances are you could run into trouble. And there's not a huge amount when you're down in places like this that people can do to help out. For instance, if this was all to come down, yeah, it's not nice to think about, because getting people and equipment up here to try and dig in and find you, a lot of work, and a lot of money would have to be spent doing it, and people would be rather annoyed at me. They seem to have dug off into a little drive down there. What's above here? There, lots of rock and stuff. I don't like touching the roof with my helmet. Okay. Just a nice area of like shiny white crystals down there. Not sure why they dug off in there. Maybe they put a piece of equipment in there. Maybe it was a little pocket of mineralization. Oh, this water is quite deep. Maybe just to the top of my non-waterproof boots. Aha. And we're back. I believe this is right at the start of where all the ore chutes begin. So the mine, for some reason, gets a bit shorter down here. I don't know why they made the entryway so short. I guess there was a reason. Usually find there's a reason for most of the stuff people did when they were digging these mines. Perhaps they decided the rock wasn't quite good enough to dig any further into the ceiling without having problems. And it really was just that little section there. I'm standing upright again here. And coming back down towards the gate. What do we got here? Some quartz in the wall, very slight greenish coloration, so there is some copper in there, but it's more further on in there. I don't really know how this pipe is helping. I mean, I'm walking on a lot of water that is not in the pipe. So, what is that pipe even doing? It does go off and down the shaft. So, is it just using... is it just going down there and draining? No, it doesn't make any sense to me. But people would have done it for a reason. No doubt. So I'll just shut this gate here again. Put the chains around. There, all locked. So I just have to walk through this puddle. And back around through the old door. What does it say? Thank you, come again. And something else that I can't read, it's too faded. Pretty sure that says thank you. Thank you. Come again. I don't know, I've been down here a couple of times down now. I think that's about enough. Probably time I moved on and found something else. And I do know whether there's another mine. As I said before, there's that one where I've got to climb through a pipe. So that's quite likely to be the next one that I go in. And here we come back out here, overlooking the Hauraki Plains. Alright, thank you very much for watching. It's an interesting day, and we've got plans for the next few weeks, so I hope to see you guys again soon. See you later.